Hi Aries, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your annual forecast for 2015. Aries, I'm going to be focusing on two slow moving planets, that is Saturn and the lovely Jupiter. There is a little bit of a Pluto transit as well mid-year, and we also have Saturn that's going to be twisting backward. He's going retrograde from June to September. We also have a solar eclipse mid-year, but majority of the year you're going to be affected largely by Saturn and Jupiter. Now Saturn takes about 28 to 29 years to complete one circle, and he spends approximately 2.5 years in each house where it transits. Hence the lessons seem to be very long and quite painful. In fact, Saturn lessons are one of the most feared and most dreaded transits that are there. I often have people coming and asking me, or rather, even saying that, oh, I have Saturn in my love sector and that's why my life is really stuck, or I'm in such a bad marriage, or I'm married to such a horrible man, or my workplace is so horrible and my boss is horrible and I don't get paid enough. Now the thing about Saturn is that Saturn hates a blame game. The more we crib and complain, the more Saturn goes right ahead and he creates more challenging situations for us, which force us to deal with the current situation that is there. And Saturn often raises his critical eye on a part of our chart which we have been neglecting in our life for the longest of time. Now for you, it has been your house of joint shared resources and sexuality. So Saturn for the last 2.5 years has been came over there and taught you lessons on how it is that you need to be dealing with power, how it is that you behave when you are the one who's controlling the money, how it is that you behave in your most intimate relationships. And these are the issues which you would have had, or situations which you would have had to deal on a constant ongoing basis. Now Saturn also would have come over there and questioned you about your morality. Saturn is an extremely moral planet, Aries. When he comes, he does not like anything that is underhand. He does not appreciate any form of a manipulation. So for those of you who would have tried to sort of play the controlling game as far as your joint finances are concerned, as far as even I would say sexuality is concerned, they would have sort of got situations or challenging situations to deal more with. And around this time you will become more aware about your deep seated compulsions or even addictions. So compulsions, it can be a simple superstition. For example, if you don't go to say a particular place or visit a particular place at a particular time on a particular day, something bad will happen to you. And these are the deep-seated compulsions which you would have had to face, or you would have had to address. Also, there could have been some unhealthy attachments. Maybe some of you are in a really bad relationship or in a stagnant, dead relationship, but you refuse to let go of it. So Saturn would have made you look at it or evaluate it again and again. So when Saturn transit comes, you really can't escape, so there is really no mitigation for a Saturn transit. There is really no, you can wear black, you can run to temples with different sorts of oil, you can fast, you can do all sorts of things, but Saturn will complete its cycle over there. What you can do is that you can work along with the Saturn energy, and Saturn being a practical planet, unlike say an energy of a Mercury or a Uranus, where everything is there more on a mental planet, Saturn loves action. So if you make little effort to better things, or if you take small steps to improve things, where the life has become stagnant or where things are not working out for you, relationships need to get sorted out or money issues need to get smooth, there Saturn rewards you. And normally by the end of the 2.5 transit which Saturn does in your house, when he leaves a small reward with you, which stays with you for a lifetime. So the Saturn rewards or the lessons are also, though they are frustrating, and they really tend to slow things down with the sheer heaviness of the Saturn influence that is there. But these are the lessons which they really stand you for good throughout your life, Aries. Now, during your the last 2.5 years, questions like even your whether it's your sexuality, or it has to do with satisfying your libido, or maybe you experience them, or maybe you experience them in your partner. Maybe there's an inability to satisfy your partner. Now, these are the issues that would have cropped up far more. And this transit, you will also find that you wanting to control your environment or the people around you really does not work. And maybe so far you have managed to do so, but for the last 2.5 years you would have found that things are not really in your control, and there is not much of a manipulation that you can do over here. And this also the last 2.5 years also would have dealt with taxes, loans, budgeting money, how it is that you're sharing your money with your partner, fair share. It also has to do with your earned income of your partner, your spouse. So whether your partner is being fair or is being transparent with his or her share of money, or whether it is that how it is that the joint finances, how much of a joint finances the resources really are. Are you very secretive about your earned income, or what it is that you're earning? Are you very sensitive or defensive, or very tight-lipped about your money? You don't really want to share about your money or about your resources. Now in 2015, Saturn has moved into a part of your house that has to do with personal goals, desires and ambitions. It also has to do with your set of people that you network with. And you will find during this time that Saturn is of course raising his critical eye over here, because you seem to have neglected this part of your life for a long time. And Saturn is going to be coming and challenging you and creating challenging situations which has to do with your personal goals and desires. This does not have to do with your career, Aries, but it really has to do with your, though it can, of course, if you really want your personal goal to be fitting in with your career, what are the actions that you're taking to be doing that. And this is a time wherein that you are going to be having a lot of disdain for superficiality. So conversations, or maybe being parts of groups of people, or even colleagues and all, you're going to be finding not going to be too happy indulging in all the gossip, and you're going to be pretty much cutting through all the bullshit and getting to the substance of, or the meat of what the really issue is. And you could find your network of people or groups of people whom you normally hang around with shrinking to quite an extent. And this house, this particular house of personal goals and desires, and even some amount of a travel, it's a fire house and has to do much with your outlook, your confidence, your sense of adventure, what it is that you want out of life. So Saturn is going to be really twisting your arm and pushing you up against the wall, Aries, and he's going to be asking you, what are you what are you doing about it? Have you taken any action to be doing it? So for the next 2.5 years, you can again choose to sit back and say, oh, I'm getting whipped, I might as well get whipped silently and it doesn't matter. Or you can take an action and you can improve. And Saturn just wants you to take accountable, to be responsible for your own desires, your own goals, and not get into a sort of a blame game that it was either a situation or it was a circumstance or whatever it was that you couldn't sort of achieve your personal goal or your desire. So if you make an effort, if you take small steps to improve it, then Saturn just rewards you and he supports you over here. Now this is also a time where you're going to be having your blind faith and optimism also is going to be coming up for inspection, Aries. What is the kind of what are the things that you stand for? Is it because of your conditioning, your life conditioning, till whatever age that you are right now, that whatever that you've experienced or that you've been taught as a child, and is that what you stand by now is what is going to be coming up for inspection? Or it has something that you have learnt more in life and you have evolved more into a better person? And what is it that motivates, what kind of a spirit motivates you to move ahead in life? So these are the questions, and you will, by the end of the transit 2017, you will come face to face to what it is. It will all get crystallized. There's going to be no confusion either or, and you will be very sure by the end of 2017 what it is that you really want for yourself in life, which direction you want your life goals, your desires, your personal, what kind of a work do you want to be doing, what kind of a life you want to be leading. So all these are going to be is going to get crystallized and clear for you, and you will also let go of a lot of self-defeating attitudes as well by the end of the transit. I'm saying there's a caveat with it. You have to work along with the Saturnian energy. You really can't be sitting back and keep getting challenging situations and keep putting yourself in that situation. Now for the good news. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of goodwill, fortune, hope, is getting active, rather got active around the July 14, and he carries on being active till August 2015. And Jupiter takes about 12 years to complete one circle, and he spends approximately 1 year in each house. Even though it's a short transit, but Jupiter with it brings along with it a lot of hope. There's a lot of optimism when Jupiter comes there. And I know of people who tell me, I'm waiting for the Jupiter transit to happen in my relationship. That is the time I will, take my relationship to another level. Now, the thing about Jupiter is that if you don't avail of the opportunities that Jupiter offers you, you can pretty much miss the boat, Aries. So Jupiter is like, it's like being in this really fancy party, and you get served the most exotic dishes. Now you can choose to turn your head and say, I'm on a diet and I can't be having this. Or you can choose to experience maybe one of the most spectacular experiences in your life. And maybe you try the dish again and again. But because you chose to turn your head around, you tend to miss out on the opportunity of maybe having a brilliant experience. Now Jupiter is pretty much like that. I think all good things come with an expiry date, and Jupiter is going to be opening these tiny windows for you, Aries. He's going to be giving you this opportunity and saying, I'm creating all these lovely opportunities for you, and you can avail of them and get inside the jump inside the window and open the big door. Jupiter is not going to be opening the big door for you, Aries, so be very clear. You will have to move. However, you have to stay vigilant. And the fantastic thing is that Jupiter is transiting a part of your chart that has to do with love. It has to do with creativity. It has to do with children. So you're going to be like, been giving a lot of opportunities to spend time with your loved ones. Spend time, with your children. Have that really creativity come and search through you. Some of you will pick up maybe or indulge yourself in hobbies, maybe cooking, music, painting. Some of you will just get into things that, earlier you had not really thought of doing it. But from July 2014 to August 2015, you'll find yourself in this really lovely space. The good thing also over here is that Venus is going to be joining hands with Jupiter as well. And this aspect happens every, I think, 18 or maybe 16 years. It happens, and Venus will be there for about 3 to 4 months. And Venus doesn't normally spend so much of time in any particular house, but Venus is twisting backwards. She is retrograding, so she will be spending a lot of time with Jupiter. And he's there in your house of love. So really a potent mixed Aries. You will really be foolish not to be availing of this time. So brilliant time to travel with your loved ones, brilliant time to be going for holidays, brilliant time to be deepening your relationship with your loved ones, with your children. It's a brilliant time also for all creative endeavors. So if you want to do something really, maybe start a venture that has to do or support a venture that is really creative, it will really benefit you. This is also a great time for conceiving. So for those of you who have been looking at getting pregnant, either you will find yourself pregnant, or it's a great time that you can plan your pregnancy, and it's a good time. It's a great time to be starting a relationship as well, because the person will be of absolute partnership material. And some of you will because Jupiter is there, and Jupiter is a planet of expansion, you will sort of take your relationship on another level. So it's quite a lovely time of a lot of joy, fun and happiness is there. Now we'll take a quick look at your career for 2015, Aries. We It's quite an interesting year for you, as Pluto, the planet of transformation, carries on being there in your career sector. So you're going to be constantly transforming. In the sense, you're going to be constantly being looking for newer ideas, newer ways, newer solution, and you could be looked upon as somewhat a sort of a person who's a solution provider during this time at your work. And Jupiter is also going to be helping you the entire day, and he's going to be helping you at your work as well, especially in August. So even those of you who are not really looking at changing their jobs, there will be some fantastic opportunities that will get presented to you, and it will be worth your while to be exploring those opportunities, Aries. Now Mars, for those of you however who are out of a job or looking for work, August is a great time for you to be hearing of a good opportunity as well. Now Mars is going to be there in your work sector till late September, and Mars is your ruling planet, and Mars is going to be giving its entire energy. So you're going to be very determined, you're going to be very ambitious, and you're going to be quite driven as well. And he carries on being there from late September till mid-November, he said. And this is a time where you're going to get a lot of your work done as well. This also gets amplified by a solar eclipse as well, that is getting happening in your work sector. So your I would say September is quite a month that you can mark in your career chart, Aries. It's going to be quite a spectacular month. You could get a raise, you can get a promotion of sorts, and it can be quite a spectacular job. Venus, like I said, she is retrograde, and also she appears in your work sector, and she will be there around July. Now the only thing is that she's just going to make you a little lazy and maybe overindulgent, so watch out for putting on weight over there. Now as far as money is concerned, Mars is going to be there in your money sector from mid-April till May, and this aspect is also going to be giving you more opportunities to make additional money, and this has to do mostly with online, because Uranus is also going to be active over there, and Uranus rules a new technology, so it's a good time to speculate as well. So for those of you who invest in stocks or look at investing money online, this is a good time for online ventures. If you want to make a say back up an online startup, it's a good time to be doing that as well. So a great time to be making additional money in summers is indicated. Now Venus is like I said, she's transiting along with Jupiter, your fifth chart, and along with your love and good looks and charm. She's also going to be supporting you as far as the money bit of it is concerned. So you are going to be quite a potent combination, Aries, this year. Make full use of Jupiter when it provides you with the opportunities. Stay vigilant. As far as Saturn is concerned, with your goals, aspirations, and your personal desires and needs, everything is going to come up for inspection. I think it will just sort of make things more easier for you, though you may find it painful. Some of you will also change your direction of work drastically. Maybe after you go through the entire Saturn process, you realize that what I've been doing right now, it is not really working for me, and I now need to be changing that. So brilliant year overall, Aries. Have a fantastic 2015. It's been lovely speaking with you, and thank you so much for watching.